A major problem in this world, okay? I would like to say just the country, our country, but it's the whole world. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. You ever watch the movie Bronx Tale? You know, with Sonny and Cologio. He tells Cologio, si, very kia, come here, si. Let me tell you something. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares, all right? Would you rather be feared or loved, you know? I'd rather be feared. Great movie, The Bronx Tale. Chaz Palminteri. So it's really true. And the thing is that when you lose the most important person in your life, when you lose the love of your life, your partner, your soulmate. Now, she cared. Oh, my God, did Jennifer care? Oh, Jennifer cared about me, and Jennifer cared about her family and her children. She loved us with all her heart and soul. She was everything. She was our support system, our rock. But when you lose her and she's gone, you are now alone with the rest of the shitty effing world that doesn't care. Now, you're going to say, well, there's some people who care. Okay. I got to tell you, it's a very, very small percentage. And the ones who you might say care so very little. Like, you'll get the occasional condolence call. You know, I'm really sorry for your loss. And, oh, my God, I feel your pain. And I'm like, you feel my pain? Did you lose your wife? Did you lose your wife to cancer? No, I didn't. You don't feel my pain then. You don't feel my pain. You get that. Maybe occasionally you might get somebody who even might be a nice person and say, here's a couple of bucks. God bless. God bless. But the question is, and this is the big question, okay? Do they really, really care? Not like Jennifer did. Jennifer was everything to us. She was our rock. She was our support system. She was the love of my life. And I feel so scared now that I don't have her. I really do. I'm going to be honest with all of you. Because it used to be me and Jennifer against the world. You understand? Now it's just me against the world. I mean, you could say, well, it's the kids. Me and the kids against the world. Yeah. But they're kids. They're kids. You know, I'm trying to teach them. I'm telling them, family is the most important thing. I tell them this. I said, listen, remember, nobody cares. You know, I'm not saying it's good to have friends, it's good to socialize, but just always put family first. That's what I'm trying to instill in my children. And my mom too, you know, because that's another issue I could tell. You know, my mother's dealing with a lot of things. She's in rehab. She's got pneumonia. She's coming out soon though. But my mom's, sometimes she doesn't even have the right priorities. My own mother, you know, it's crazy, right? But I'm not going to get into that. But I tell my mother, we're what counts, Ma. Me, your grandkids. And that's all it should be. It shouldn't be anybody else, you know, in terms of priority. Now, but then you might say, isn't that a direct contradiction on what you're saying? Because you're trying to say that nobody cares, right? So shouldn't we care about each other? Now, in an ideal world, yes. In an ideal world, and that's how I always lived. Can I tell you how I always lived? Whenever I would see someone in need, and I'm not bullshitting you, I mean this on God. Amen. And I was in a position to help someone, I do it. I do it. And I've done it so many times in my life. You have no idea how many times I've helped someone in need throughout my whole life. But as you get older, you realize that no one returns the favor. No one cares. And that's what's so horrible. You think it's possible we could change the world? You know, can we change? See, this would be a great way to live. You want to know what a great way to live is? Let's say you see someone that's in a really, really horrible time in their life. They just lost the love of their life. They just lost their wife. She's currently in a morgue. And the husband just wants to give her a beautiful, beautiful funeral service, you know, because the VCF, which I thought paid for funeral expenses, turns out they don't. Turns out they just reimburse you. Turns out, you know, when my wife went in the hospital, I was her caretaker. I lost an income of $3,000 a month. So a lot of people might say, oh my God, Richie, you know, his mother's in rehab with pneumonia. He's all alone. All by myself. Don't want to be. And people might say, well, I have the good heart, you know, to give him something, to help his wife, to help his family. But not too many people do. It's a very, very small percentage. Maybe we could change that. What do you think? Maybe you say to yourself, I'm not currently in such a hard position like this. You know, my wife didn't pass away, or my husband didn't pass away from cancer. You know, I'm not in a position like this hard position where there are children involved. 11 years old, my daughter Sophia needs her mom. And then my mother even needed my wife. My wife took care of my mom too. I obviously need her, but she's gone. She passed away. So our family is facing the most hardest loss, the most hardest time of our entire lives. And we're kindly asking for help. We're respectfully and graciously asking for help. I just want to give my wife a beautiful service. Is that too much to ask? Is it too much for a person to say, here's $25 to your, whatever it is, Cash App? God bless you. God bless your wife. God bless your family. It would make the world a beautiful place. I think of Louis Armstrong, I see skies of blue, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, I try to sound like Satchmo, what a wonderful world. I think to myself, what a wonderful world. It would be a beautiful place, right? Well, my Cash App is the $sign. RichardLevoi. It's the $sign. RichArD. L as in Larry, E as in Edward, V as in Victor, OI. The $sign RichardLevoi. $sign RichArD. LE, V as in Victor, OI. All of this information is in the description of this video. God bless you and God bless your family. Thank you for your consideration.